I'm Kapisile Jamini in this entirety. To all my returning subscribers, I hope you're doing well and welcome back. To the ones who are just passing by, I hope you like what you see and you decide to join the fam. So today's video is a sum up of my 2020, right? It's a bit late, I know that I'm like a month into 2021, but I just felt like it was necessary because that was part of my growth. I felt like the video was necessary, and only now I'm able to talk about everything. I just feel like we won't be as emotional as I would have a month ago or 2 months ago about everything that's just in my life. So obviously 20 I was doing matric. The pits I tell you. So I was doing matric. Yeah, it's obviously school, and then 3 months into the year, I think corona starts, lockdown, you know, everything, and then I had to stay home for a good 3 months, and that's a lot. That is a lot. I don't think I've ever stayed home for that long. I'm never really at home because I was in boarding school and stuff. So right before lockdown starts, I obviously just face a lot of problems at school, not academic wise, like just my personal life. I kind of mess up a few things mess me up, like a lot just happens then. But I'm like, okay, fine, I'm going home. I'm just gonna take a break. I'm gonna deal with everything and I'm gonna work everything out. Little did I know. So I obviously get home and things just become worse than what they were, and I actually then face more issues than I had. So I feel like if I was back at school, I was probably going to deal with myself and whatever I had going on way better than when I was at home. So when I got home, I also got problems, and then everything just mixed, and then it was just a whole mess. So obviously I'm home and I need to be strong because black parents don't allow you to do that, hey? Like, you're color. Black parents, you're crying, why? So I obviously had to just play the strong girl and deal with whatever issues I got at home as well, and I had to, you know. So obviously schools reopen again and we have to go back to school. So this is now me with so many undealt with issues, and I need to try and get myself together because I literally need to try and finish school. Like, whatever I do, ukhala will not help me. I need to finish school, and I kind of need to focus at school, which was very hard for me. I needed to go to school. I think that was the worst part of it all. So at that point in life, that point of the year, I was really not okay. I was really not. It got to the point where waking up and showering was just so much. Like, it took a lot for me to just step out of the bed and go into a shower. It took a lot, and I think I only woke up and I went to shower just because, hello, I have to go to school, or I'm forced to because I just have to go to school. I stopped eating for a good month, if not two. For a good month or two, I stopped eating. I obviously lost weight. By the end of last year, my school uniform actually looked like I borrowed it from someone. Yeah, I lost weight, gaining it back obviously because I'm not proud of that, but I am gaining it back because I'm in just a much better space right now than I was then. And then apart from everything else that was going on, I think what also killed me was the fact that I had so much work to do at school, and I am one person who just I can't keep up with academics. I've never liked school. I don't think I'll ever will. So it was just too much on my plate. So it was school, friendships. A lot of friends literally fucked me over. Oh my god. When I think of them now, I'm like, what the hell was going on? So obviously school, friendships, relationship, everything else. And I know some factors they were not supposed to be there. Like, I actually added things that were just not supposed to be part of my life. Like, what the hell? what the hell? What the hell was I doing? Anyways, that also messed me up as well. But we did recover from that. It got really bad. I think I've never been suicidal in my life, and for the first time I felt how it felt, and I didn't like any second of it. I remember I think it was a weekend, because I remember I stayed in my room that whole weekend, and a friend of mine came to me and I was like, dog, everything is fucking up. I was like, dude, everything is really messed up and I am not myself, and the feelings I've been feeling lately, I am so scared and I don't know what to do anymore, because I just tried so much taking myself out of that space. I didn't know what to do anymore, so I was like, ayo, help. But obviously no one could have helped me. I had to help myself out. Like, I just needed to pick myself up and realize that I've just got so much to live for. And at that point I was like, what am I doing? What am I trying to do? There is nothing to it. And I'm one strong ass person. I really am. I've never, growing up I was like, what? There's no such thing as depression. Depression is just you trying to seek for attention. Until I got there, I was like, oh fuck. Oh hell. I just had a mini depressive period in my life. I still do have like depressive episodes, but now it's way better than then. And I think now I only have them because I still have so many things that I haven't dealt with. Still trying to deal with them, honestly, but for me some things are just not worth it. And if I try so hard and no one else wants to meet me halfway, I literally just cut everything out. One thing about me, I will cut you off. I do not mind doing that. I think that's the issue now. I have those moments and I have those episodes because they're just things that I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with this, and I just shut them out. So they kind of just creep in a little bit into my life every now and then. I just wanted to have this chat with you guys because if you can't get therapy, please do. If you feel that you're not okay, and I think this is a problem with me, I have this thing of it's okay not to be okay. Like, it's fine, take it in, cry if you have to, deal with everything else. But the problem is that it just went on for way too long. The party was just longer than it should have. So it is okay not to be okay, and if you feel like you do need therapy, as black as we are and as much as we think that that is not an option, it really is. I, for one, would take it. Like, if anyone comes to me right now and is like, yo, my nigga, do you want to go for therapy? I would jump on that opportunity, because I just feel like trying to explain myself to other people just doesn't work for me. Nobody understands it. I just want to go to a space where I will not be judged. As much as that therapist is probably going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? But they're not going to judge me, okay? So everyone around you is not always good for you. You don't always have to speak to everyone around you. But if you can and you have very supportive people in your life, then that's very good. But on my side, I really didn't. I don't think... On my side, I really didn't have supportive people. The only person I can say really did dig me out of this hole is probably my mother. There are a lot of guy friends that I have. Those niggas literally digged that hole to make it bigger so I can come out of it, because it was too small and I was cramped in there, and they were like, no, we're opening it up. So yeah, if you do ever get the chance to go for therapy, please do. Please do. You don't want to end up like me. Imagine, guys, I thought for a second, I was like, nigga, just kill yourself. Me, I did that. No, I could never be me. Could never be me. But you know what, I'm glad I went and I spoke to the person I actually spoke to when that thing happened, because she was just like, bro, and she just came up with a whole list, and she was like, this is all you, and you do matter, so we cannot now not have all of this. So I was like, hey, but yeah, I kind of did have people that wanted to just take me out of that hole that I was in. I remember a few girls literally forcing me. Every morning there's this one girl who came to me and was like, have you eaten? And obviously I'd say yes, and she's like, what did you eat? I'd have to come up with a little lie because I knew I haven't eaten. Until I was sitting in class and then I was super dizzy. Like, I felt like I was gonna faint that day. It got to that point, and then one of my friends were like, Mfethu uzoswela, and have you seen how big you are? Who's gonna pick you up? As funny as it is now. And then from that day I was like, come to think of it, what I'm doing is really not good for me. It's not good for anyone around me. I need to, as much as I'm not thinking of myself right now, I need to think of everyone who might get affected of the decisions that I decide to make at some point in life. And I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this channel. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So I am kind of grateful for those that were just there by my side through it all. Even the awkward ones, the ones that didn't even know what to do with me. I'm just glad a few people stood by my side and were like, you know what, you're not alone and we're literally gonna fight with this with you. Yeah, and I did lose a lot of friends during that time. I did cut off a lot of people. I made it clear to a lot of people that, you know what, I don't fucks with you, and that is it. It wasn't only friendships or whatever, but I cut off a lot of people out of my life because I just felt like they were so toxic for me. And me dealing with myself meant that certain people, certain individuals were not going to be in my life. They couldn't. They were not allowed to be in my life. So yeah, as I said, if you can, go for therapy. It really is needed. And this whole thing, we are black, we don't do that. No, we do that, okay? We do that. Even if you have to go for therapy as a family, do that, because families are not always 100%, and there's a lot of undealt with issues in there. If you can't do that, definitely go that. If you want to go for therapy with your boyfriend, drag him to therapy, sis, because those people really do bring a lot of unhappiness into your lives, you know? They really do. So if you can also drag him to therapy, do so. If you feel like your friends are toxic and they need therapy and you just love them that much that you want them to stay in your life with their toxicity, drag them to therapy. On my side, honestly, when you're my friend and you fuck me up, like, you can't. My friends are supposed to be my safe space. My friends are certain individuals that I actually just put so much of myself into. So when I do that and then you just want to come and you want to mess everything up, there's no bouncing back from that. Honestly, as much as we can pretend and try to bounce from that, there's no bouncing off from that. So if you have my problem and you feel like you should go to therapy with your friends, do that. Please do anything that you feel is gonna help you be a better person. Anyways, so mental health is really an issue for a lot of people. Yo. So anyways, yeah guys, now I actually shower for no fucking reason. Like, I just wake up and I'm like, hey, I'm about to go shower. I talk to so many people for no reason, because yeah, I am out of that place and I'm in such a better space now. And I wanted to share this thing with you guys because I feel there's a lot of us that are going through a lot. Okay, a lot, and so many people can't talk about it. I've met so many people who just bottle everything in and they do not say anything else. Like, they don't say anything and they just die alone, which is not good. Okay, it's really not. So that is it from me today. I'm still heartbroken. I wore this shirt again. Obviously did wash it, I just didn't iron it. I wore this shirt again because I had recorded a mukbang and story time for you guys. Nay, it disappeared. Like, it got deleted. My story, and you know what? You can pull yourself out of it. If you feel like you can't, you can. And we must stop this thing of thinking we are not gonna run into relationships or run into whatsoever. Drugs will not take you out of it. Relationships will not take you out of it. I know people that want to have boyfriends all the time when they are not okay. And funny enough, it actually just makes everything worse, because instead of that nigga acting right, that nigga will fuck you over and just add on to your problems. So until you are okay and you're fit for that space emotionally, then do not do it. Do not run into it. And if you are in one and you feel like that person is also toxic for you and you cannot deal with whatever issues you have and him, cut him off, okay? And then when you're done with whatever episode you have going on, you can go to him and be like, hey, oh my nigga, this is what happened and I couldn't be with you. And if he doesn't want to understand, then he wasn't meant to be. He wasn't meant for you anyways. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Yeah, I will see you next time.